Hello, and welcome to Unity of Fredericksburg. My name is Reverend Cheryl Fair, and I am the minister of Unity of Fredericksburg, and I am pleased to welcome all of you to our weekly online gathering. At Unity of Fredericksburg, we are advancing the movement of spiritual awakening and transformation through unity, a positive path for spiritual living. Our message today comes from Reverend Lisa Marks. Reverend Lisa is an ordained minister of religious science and teaches science of mind classes and Native American ways. She uses her variety of skills as a credentialed counselor, encouraging and empowering others to see the good, true, and beautiful within for both adults and children. She has studied medical intuition and has had amazing results in both her energy work and her soul sessions. Reverend Lisa is available for teaching and facilitating a variety of classes and workshops. Check the Inner Peace website for endorsements of Reverend Lisa's work, and that's at innerpeacerichmond.com. So now I am pleased to welcome Reverend Lisa Marks. Turn it over to you, Lisa.
Thank you. And good morning, everyone. I'm really glad to be here with you on a beautiful day here in Richmond. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about science of mind today in simple terms. And I'm going to start with asking you a question. Ernest Holmes says there is a power for good in the universe and you can use it. So do you believe that? Do you believe that you hold the key to your life's journey and that there's a universal energy, call it God, Great Spirit, whatever term you use, that loves and supports you? Because that is the truth of you and your being. So I want to just talk a little bit about how I got to where I am. Because 20 years ago, if somebody had said to me, oh, you're going to be a minister and you're going to be doing energy work and you're going to be helping people remember past lives, even from earlier in this life, I would have told them they were crazy. But I had started, finally, I didn't want to get into anything that I thought was groupthink. So I really avoided getting involved in any of the spiritual community, but I finally got involved in A Course in Miracles. And the people that I was with taking the course started going to this thing called Science of Mind. And I was like, I don't need that. I've got this. So I was invited to a birthday party, or what I thought was a birthday party. And it actually turned out to be a Science of Mind graduation. And so I sat through the graduation and this woman got up and she started speaking and my mouth dropped because she was speaking my language that I hadn't heard anybody talk about all the things that I really truly believed like she did. And I got into classes soon thereafter. I was just finishing a master's in counseling. And I promised the people who became my teachers, Dwight and Thelma Smith, I promised Dwight that once I was finished with my coursework and got my master's, I would come and take Science of Mind classes. And within 2 classes, I knew that was my path. I knew I was going to become a minister. And it has been well over, that was 96. I became a minister and ordained in 2003 and have been at my ministry in some way, shape, or form ever since. And I went through a period where I thought I needed something deeper, but what it ended up to be was that I needed to take Science of Mind deeper. And now I feel like I live it. I have tools in my tool bag that I pull out whenever I need them. And it's just who I am and the way I live my life. So I'm just going to share a little bit of that with you today. So first slide, please. The universe only says yes. So no matter what you put out, you get back, good, bad, or indifferent. The universe says, you want that? Let me give you more. Whether prosperity or the lack, companionship or aloneness, whatever you believe, you receive. And that is the universe principle, the universal principle. The universe only says yes because it's impersonal. It's not choosing anybody over anybody. It's not giving somebody a better life than somebody else. It's saying, this is what you believe, this is what you get. Next slide. So in simple terms, we're going to talk about surface mind and deeper mind. So surface mind is conscious mind. It's objective, it directs, and it says, I choose. And all of our choices are made in surface mind. So that's your consciousness. And I'm going to share a little something with you from the Science of Mind 12 lesson. It's a home study course, but it's really very powerful. And it's very simple. It's an easy way to understand science of mind. When one learns to play the piano, surface mind consciously directs the playing of each note until, through repetition, one has become so familiar with piano technique that individual finger movements have passed into deeper mind, leaving the surface phase free for reading the score and, if desired, words of a song that the performer wants to sing, or even for carrying on a conversation. So in surface mind, you're consciously doing. In deeper mind, you are, it just becomes a part of you. Something that you do over and over and over again becomes just rote in a way in deeper mind. So I choose is a key phrase in science of mind because you are responsible. And that means response able to make your own choices and to stay conscious about it. Deeper mind is subconscious mind, subjective mind, unconscious mind. It's creative. It turns thoughts into things. It brings choice into form. It's the storehouse of experience and where your inner child sits, and it houses our memory. So deeper mind is the creator of our experiences. It takes creative mind and turns thoughts into things. It's habitual mind. It's where patterns form. So it's that thing of, you know, you do things a certain way. You've always done it that way. And those become patterns. And so when we want to break a pattern, it's in deeper mind. We have to bring it up into consciousness and then make different choices. So again, remember, I choose is the key phrase there. So habitual mind, where our patterns form, it beats our heart. And also it says, he says, Frederick Bales, all healing, whether of body or affairs, all success, all prosperity, all mastery over destructive habits is produced within deeper mind before appearing in outer manifestation. This is a fundamental tenet of our belief. And also, it's the storehouse of experience. So a person may have a conscious experience today, tomorrow or next year, he will have forgotten it. Yet it has not gone out of existence. It has passed from his surface mind down into his deeper mind, where it is stored for further reference. Every experience through which we have ever passed is thus stored away. We don't remember it. We don't have the capacity to remember all of it, but things that are repeated over and over again, patterns that are repeated over and over again, those are the things that are leading and guiding you. What we call memory or recollection is merely the call of the surface mind for something that has been stored in deeper mind. This complex and mysterious interaction of the two results in past experiences being yielded for present use. So the best way that I can explain this to you is through inner child, and just briefly. So part of the work that I do as a counselor, I am a grief and inner child. Those are the two things that I specialize in. The inner child, every experience you've ever had, every part of you that you've ever been, you still are. You're that seed that started you. You're the embryo. You're the fetus. You're the baby. You're the toddler. You're the child. You're the teenager. It's all there. And it's stored within you. And that part of you is very real. So it's either going to be your greatest ally or it's going to be your greatest saboteur. And when we become aware of the patterns that we are carrying or the things that happen to us in childhood that have led and guided our lives, when we realize what it is, then we can make conscious choice about whether that's serving us anymore. Because very often it's not. So next slide, please. This is the law of cause and effect. That's what science of mind is. It gives us back what we've put in, the yes. The universe is fair, even if it doesn't seem that way. Life never lets us down. Life is always giving to us what it is we desire because it's impersonal. And so no matter what you're putting out there, you are getting back. And that is something that repeats over and over and over. Your neighbor across the street doesn't have a better car than you because God loves them more. It's just the way they're using the universe and the way that you are using the universe and the things that you believe. So life, love, and law are interchangeable terms. Okay, and love is everything. Love runs the universe. And just the remembering that thing of for every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction. So the universe does not play favorites. You are getting exactly what you're putting out there. And that's the good news and the bad news. But do you have control over that? You may not have felt like you did, but you do. And so the more awareness is the key to everything. The more aware that you become of the patterns and the thoughts, the more you can get rid of the ones you don't want and bring in the ones that you do. And the perfect example in my life has been the house that I'm currently living in. I didn't think I was going to be able to buy a home again because I had a not a foreclosure, but a short sale. I had to do a short sale on a townhouse because I was living next door to somebody who was making me really uncomfortable. And so I didn't think I would ever be able to buy again. But I started to get the hit that it was time. And so I just went about the process. It took me a couple of lending companies to find the right people to help me. And I actually wrote every night for like 4 months about the house, already living in it, I was happy there. Cats were happy there. It was everything I wanted. And it showed up, and I knew it when it showed up. And so I'm living in a house that I love and that is easily affordable. So I still feel incredulous about that, but that's how the universe works. You put it out there, you're going to get it back. And I'm living proof. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. So let's see the next slide. So what are faith and fear? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. It's, I believe it was Wayne Dyer who said, you have to believe it before you see it, not see it to believe it. It's a mental attitude and it's consciously generated. Fear is nothing more nor less than negative use of faith. It's faith misplaced. So when we look at fear, we're looking at a backward use of the law. So it's still saying yes, but it's saying yes to the negativity that is being put out there. And you may not even realize that it's negative, but you keep getting the same results. So then it's time to turn that fear into faith. And the thing that I stay tuned for is what's around the next corner. I have no idea what it is, but I have faith that I'm going to be shown. And there's kind of an excitement with that, because when doors close, new ones open. They have to. That's the law. And so if I stay connected to gratitude and I stay connected to joy, then whatever is around the corner is going to be for me and it's going to be great. So the thing to look at is, where is your faith? Is it in your fears or is it bigger than your fears? We all have them. We all have fears. I have fears. I don't like to fly still. I won't let it keep me from doing things I want to do, but I don't like it. Some are appropriate. Some fears are appropriate, like not touching a burning stove. But some may come from deeper mind that no longer serve you. And then we are able to make a different choice when we realize that that's no longer serving me. It's not working for me. And time to change that. So next slide. Science of mind. The science of mind is treatment. It's prayer. But Ernest Holmes called it treatment. And it's a 5-step prayer, which includes recognition. And that is recognizing your source by whatever name you call it. God, Great Spirit, infinite intelligence, whatever name you have for it, that is how you recognize your source. Then unification is, how do I connect with my source? How am I one with it? And so knowing that, God and I, or whatever name you use, are a majority of one, is an important recognition to manifestation. The declaration is stating what it is you desire in as much detail as you want to give it, with an openness to outcome. Because the universe is going to take that declaration and it's going to bring it to you the way that is best for you. For instance, I don't know if you all have ever seen The Secret, but there's a thing in The Secret about the guy wanting a red convertible but a green one showed up and he let it go. That was not the color. That was not what he thought he had wanted. And yet there it was, there it was. That car was there for him. It just was in a form he wasn't expecting. So that's staying open to outcome. And when you do your declaration, when you state what it is that you desire for your life, you're doing it with the expectation that it's going to show up, but it may not show up in the form that you are expecting, because the universe knows best. The universe knows what to do and how to do it and how to bring things into your life. The next step, and maybe the most important, is thanksgiving and gratitude. And that's giving thanks for everything you already have, and then everything that's coming into you. You give thanks ahead of time for what it is you're treating for, because it's already there. It's everything we desire is already there. All we have to do is just reach out and grab it. We may not see it yet, but it's there. It's there for us. It's there for the taking. So be grateful about it ahead of it coming, or ahead of it showing itself. And then release, which may be the hardest step for a lot of people. Release is letting go and letting God, staying out of the mix, letting things show up the way that they need to, knowing that it's taken care of. And the beautiful thing about Science of Mind and Unity as well, I believe, I mean, they're the same philosophy, basically, just with a different bent to it, is that we pray from the God within and not to anything that's outside of us. Because God is not outside of us, it's within. And since everything is energy, we're always bringing to us exactly what we need. Last slide. I love this quote. This quote gives me chills. My thought is my pen, and life is what I write. I think that is so perfect, because our lives are a story we're making up as we go along. Every day we're making up a story about our lives. Every day we add to that story. We add another chapter to it. So what story are you telling, and what story do you want to tell? And so one of the ways that I know that this is true is that as a regressionist, I see this all the time when people come to me with an issue that they've carried through their entire lives, and they want to know the origin of it. So what I can do in the moment is change the story, help them change the story, which changes the energy of it as far back and as far into the future as it can go. And it's such powerful healing, because it's all energy anyway. And so what we're working towards is bringing our energy into a place where we are in alignment with our source. And that's what Science of Mind teaches. So it's beautiful. It's been life-changing for me. I've altered so many things in my life because I know how the universe works. Do I have it all sewn up? Nope, I'm still here. So, but I work it. And the same is true for Unity, because you're dealing basically with the same principles, not the same form of prayer, but the same principles. And the good news and the bad news is you're in charge. So thank you for listening. And Now we're going to move into a time of meditation. So just sit wherever you are, sit back and get comfortable. And I'm going to take you through a little guided activity. So just take a few deep breaths and bring each breath deeper inside. And then the next one, go a little deeper and just kind of feel yourself melting down into the cushions wherever you are seated. Just allow yourself to relax. Allow your body to become soft and loose. Soft and loose. And so just kind of feel that wherever you are sitting, that it just drops away from you. And you find yourself sitting in a cave. And this cave is the seat of your soul. This is where your soul resides. As you look around the cave, it represents you. It represents you by colors. It represents you by the things that may be there. It represents you by the type of cave it is, and how big or how small or how cozy or whatever comes to mind. Just let your creativity, your deeper mind, come into this place of your soul. And perhaps you're sitting around a fire, or you have candles lit, or there's a water fountain and you hear water trickling, that beautiful, comforting sound. But into your cave is coming a being. This may be a guide, maybe an angel, maybe an ancestor. But they've come to spend a few minutes with you because they have a special message for you. So we're going to go into the silence so that you can be with this being and hear the message that is there for you this morning. And so into the silence we go. Now this being, whoever has shown up for you, has something that they wish to give you, like a little talisman or something for you to tuck away and keep in your heart, and a way to reconnect with this divine person, angel, guide, ancestor, any and every time you wish. And you can meet again in this cave, or you can meet wherever you are most comfortable, by the ocean, in the mountains, in a special room. So thank this being for showing up for you today. And allow them to back away from your cave with love. Send them off with love, because if they didn't love you, they wouldn't have shown up. And take one last look around your cave for now. And feel yourself lifting out of it and back to where you were seated, feeling the chair or the sofa or the cushions that are beneath you. Beginning to wiggle fingers and toes. And when you feel ready, open your eyes and be present. Aho.
Thank you so much, Reverend Lisa. That was a wonderful, thank you for giving us kind of a snapshot of the science of mind belief system and taking it to that wonderful level of practice with the meditation. So for those of you who are watching on YouTube, we thank you for joining our weekly broadcast. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can find us easily again next Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern. We want to let you know, YouTube folks, that everyone is welcome to join us in the Zoom community room for the full experience, because there's a lot more to come here this morning, including music and prayer and connection. If you'd like to join us there, all you have to do is send an email to info@uofva.org to receive that Zoom link. And for those of you who are local to Central Virginia, Unity of Fredericksburg offers a variety of fun and enriching in-person gatherings every month. We just do our Sundays online, but we're doing all kinds of stuff together in person. So connect with us, learn more, and support our mission of spiritual awakening and transformation at our website, uofva.org. Thanks for watching.